Bad character. Or even is Byleth. Here. Okay. We'll do -2, -1, even, +1, +2. And then, just so you guys know, Donkey Kong. Now, if you didn't know this, Byleth has an infinite that only works on DK. It only hits DK, which is really funny, and it just sucks. Like, the matchup's just bad for DK. It's probably like, even without the infinite, it's probably like +1, +1.5. Like, it's a good matchup for Byleth anyway, because DK can't really get in and grab you, and when he does get close, you can just nair. But even with the matchup being like as it is, then you also add the infinite in. So yeah, Byleth beats the hell out of DK, just thanks to that. So I'm gonna get like comments from like some DK man, like, it's actually not that bad. You just avoid the zero. Shut up. Shut up. Real quick, let's get our almost unwinnables out of the way. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do a tier that is pick. I keep fucking up. We're gonna do a tier that is pick a different character. Because there are like 3 matchups that I hate so much with Byleth that I would just rather pick a different character. And those 3 matchups are Sonic, Min Min, and Pikachu. And in that order. Or sorry, in this order. Sonic is the worst, Pikachu is the second worst, Min Min is the third worst. But all 3 are such terrible matchups that I would rather just counterpick some, like, and I would recommend, honestly, too, just counterpick somebody else. It's not worth it. It's not fun. Alright. Let's go. I'm just gonna start here in alphabetical order then. And start going down, and I'm just gonna place these guys by vibes. These are the only 3 that, like, really matter. That they're terrible. Alright, Bayonetta. I feel like Bayonetta's probably, like, -1. Maybe, like, slight losing. You know what, we'll, instead of minus, we'll do slight loss. We'll do more broad categories. Slight loss, loss. Slight win, and that's what we'll do as our categories. Bayonetta's slight loss. I honestly don't know too much about the Bowser Jr. matchup. Just thinking about it off the top of my head, getting juggled probably sucks because Byleth's not great in disadvantage. Edgeguarding's probably not great either. He's probably either even or slight win. I'm gonna put him in even. I feel like Cart might be a little bit difficult to deal with. He's heavy, so he's a little bit harder to kill. But I'm not gonna proclaim to be an expert on the Bowser Jr. matchup. Bowser's a slight win. He's either a win or a slight win. He's definitely winning. I think Bowser's winning. Cloud is loss for sure. Actually, he's probably a slight. Actually, this is harder than I thought. I've never really thought about, like, the difference between slight loss and loss with Byleth. It's always just like Byleth can play this matchup. No, this is Byleth beats Bowser. We'll do this. That way it's clear. I'm kind of broken up between loss and slight loss for Cloud. Because Cloud is hard. Cloud is not a fun matchup, but I don't think it's terrible. I'm going to put him in slight loss for now. I might reconsider. Captain Falcon is a slight win. It's just you have to not get caught in combos with Falcon, but his approach is pretty obvious. Grom is win. Corrin is probably even. There's a lot of characters in this game. Probably put Corrin in even. Daisy is a loss. Peach/Daisy. No, slight loss. I'm pretty optimistic about Byleth, honestly. I'm more optimistic than you might think. Samus/Dark Samus, I guess, is a loss for sure. Diddy's a loss. He might be worse than slight loss. Fighting Diddy is just so tough with Byleth. I hate that matchup. I also think Byleth is high tier. I think Byleth is a good character. I'm debating on Diddy right now, because I personally hate fighting Diddy. I'm terrible against this character. But I think if you're good at item control, he's like not the end of the world. Tweak is just different. Tweak doesn't count. I'm going to put him in slight loss. No, I'll put him in loss. Fargo, Leo, Cosmos, Shuton. Oh, that's true. That's like 3 top 5 players, and then Cosmos, who's like a top 20 player. That crew would actually be really strong, but you're forgetting that Steve has like 73 people. Doc is a win. Fox is a loss. I don't know how the fuck Byleth does against. I'm just gonna put win for Dark Pit because I don't know.
Someone worth following.
You beat a Sonic on Elite Smash earlier today with Byleth, so obviously he wins. You know what? You got that one. This one, I just hovered over this one. This one's gonna be controversial, but I hate Byleth Little Mac. Because Little Mac just fucking does some shit. Little Mac isn't like hard. Like it's not a hard losing matchup or anything like that. I'm not saying like it's probably like very slight losing for Byleth. And that's because Raven King, you'll be able to help me out with some of these opinions. That's just because I've never lost a peanut with Byleth. I've only ever lost a peanut in Mac Dittos. That's not even like where this comes from. But Little Mac on stage armor, he almost beat Leo's Aegis. That, like, I don't think he's ever played Leo's Byleth. But Little Mac on stage armor does really good against a lot of Byleth starters, like both Nair and like Fair Bear. He can armor through a lot of that. And like he just fucking kills you. Little Mac's not really worried about edge guarding or getting edge guarded, so like yeah, you can get him pretty bad, but it's an annoying matchup, and I actually think like I'll call it a slight loss. Byleth beats Ganon. Byleth loses to Falco pretty hard. Byleth loses to Spaceys pretty hard, except Wolf. No, Byleth still loses. This one's kind of controversial. I think K. Rool's even. Most of his moves are belly armorable. Like you can't like up air or nair K. Rool that easily because he just nairs through it. So I don't like this matchup, but I don't think it's bad. Like you can just outspace him and be fine. I'm gonna put that in even. Byleth beats Ensign. Byleth beats Ike. Ices, I actually don't know. Theoretically, I would say Byleth beats Ices pretty hard. But I think Ices can also blender Byleth. Like, if you get hit by the Ices, if you mess up your spacing and get blendered, Ices will kill you. So, are they starting? Oh, damn. Winner's quarters? What is going on? Is this just friendlies? It looks like this is all default text. I don't think they're actually doing a match yet. Byleth loses to Gunner for the same reasons as Samus. Slight loss to Brawler. Beats Swordy. Duck Hunt, I honestly have no fucking clue. I'm gonna say it's a slight win. Byleth farms Puff. Slight loss to Greninja. Inkling's hard too. Probably a slight loss to Inkling. This matchup chart is entirely based on vibes, too. If you question me, I'll think about it harder. If, like, somebody in chat questions one of my placements, I'll put more thought into it and maybe change them. But right now, I'm going entirely based on vibes. Beats Izzy. I'm gonna start over here. Loses hard to Aegis. Gets farmed by Aegis. Well, not farmed, but loses. Sora, probably. Boss. Beats Plant. This is how you make your game plan. What are the vibes? Exactly. This one might be controversial. Slight win against Steve. I think Byleth does great against. This one also might be controversial. I think it's even with Snake. Slight loss to Roy. Lost to Joker. Where did Joker go? Oh, he went over here. Loses to Joker.
Someone worth following.
He does okay against Ken, but it's not great. I'm gonna put Ken in even. Yeah, I think it's a slight win for Byleth. Beats Dedede. Beats Kirby's tough, but beats Kirby. I'm gonna put Kirby in slight, just because fair is hard to hit on Kirby, which is annoying. Lucina, probably even. Probably the same shit as Corrin. You can tell that, like, the archetype, from, like, just this, you can definitely tell the archetype that I think Byleth loses to. No, I talked about, I actually, like, went a little bit in depth for the Ices placement. Just because I think Byleth does great at outspacing Ices and does great at poking at Ices with both Nair and Fair. But if Ices gets in, Byleth gets blendered. So, like, I think it's winning if you play it correctly and, like, camp the shit out of Ices. But if the Ices gets in on you, you're not going to have a good time. That's why I put it in slight win. Chrom and Roy are different because Chrom recovery gets F smashed and dies. So if the Chrom ever ends up off stage at all and has to up B, he eats an F smash and dies at 40. And it's not even hard to time the F smash. It's not even like something that's difficult to time. You just charge that sucker and he dies. Can you down smash it? Probably. I've downbeat it. I've literally Byleth downbeat Chrom recovery, and like the hits that he does above ledge, Byleth downbeat just armored them. I just ignored the Chrom hits above ledge and killed him with downbeat. But yeah, you can F smash it really easily. Yeah, I've hit Leo with it. I've downbeat Leo's Chrom recovery with Byleth. Beats Rosa. I'm just picking characters. Loses to Rob. Probably not this. I don't know if it's hard losing or just regular losing for Rob. But I think it's probably hard losing because Byleth has a very hard time fighting Rob. Leo washed. Nah, true. He's washed. None of this is ordered either, by the way. Hard loss to Yoshi. Yoshi is so tough for Byleth. I hate that matchup. I actually don't. Where did I put Dark Pit? I don't need the echoes. We'll replace you with regular Pit. Where did I have him? I had him in win. Wolf is... I don't think Wolf is as bad as the other two Spaceys. I think Wolf is, like, slightly easier than Fox Falco for Byleth. But I don't think he's easy. He still beats Byleth. He's, like, the same as Roy, honestly. Sora, I'm actually questioning myself on. I don't know if Byleth actually loses to Sora. I might put that in even. Oh. They started Munekin playing. We'll get in here in a second. We'll finish this. DSS is a loss. PT is... I don't think PT's terrible. Probably a slight loss. Marth goes with Lucina. Byleth doesn't, like... Byleth doesn't beat a lot of characters, but Byleth, like, can beat a lot of characters, if you know what I mean. So, like, the slight loss, these are, like, all very doable matchups. These are, like, these are, like, 60-40s, you know? Where they're bad matchups in terms of just, like, you don't win them. But obviously, they're still very winnable. So, like, I would not want to fight any of these characters in bracket. I would not want to fight any of these characters in bracket. But, like, these, I would just suck it up, right? Like, you can beat these. And, like, you can also beat these. Where's Byleth on the tier list? Middle or bottom of high tier. Middle or bottom of high tier is where I'd put Byleth. Mega Man is losing. I don't know if it's hard or slight loss, though. I think it's a harder loss. Lucario. Byleth kills early, putting him in the win. Ness and Lucas, I think are slight wins for Byleth. I actually like fighting both of these characters with big disjoints. Lucas might be harder. Game & Watch's win. Olimar is losing. Pac-Man is a slight loss. Palu is a slight loss. Palu might be even. I'm gonna put Palu in even. I'm debating on this one. I actually don't think Pac-Man is that terrible for Byleth. Like, it's not a good matchup. But it's probably like it's the same as like Cloud, where I think he's on like the border of these two. I don't think it's not super hard, but it's not easy either, is how I like classify that. Belmont's are slight win. Robin's slight win. I don't know where the fuck to put Pichu. Pichu dies at like 20 to Nair dash attack. But he can bear you forever. We're gonna put him in slight win. You've watched way too much. Bayo is not losing. You think Bayo Oh, Bayo is not losing enough? Wait, so where do you think Bayo Byleth should go, Lima? I don't think I've actually like played or watched that matchup very much. You think Bayo goes up here? I could see it. I'm putting Pichu here. You just think it's even? Really? I'm putting her back in slight loss. I don't like Bayo Byleth, but my SDI is also not great. So I feel like I get blendered too much when I play that matchup. I'll put her in even. I'll take your vouch. I'll take your vouch on that. No cap, it's not that bad for Bowser. I've never like I can kill Bowser pretty early, both off stage and on stage. Bowser's really easy to up B edge guard. Byleth Nair does eat ABK, that's true. Afterburner kick. It's Bayo's side B. I don't know where to put Mario. I think Mario's even. Luigi's winning, but like not by a lot. Because you can space around grab pretty easily. The old EWGF. I actually think Byleth Kazuya is not terrible. But when you get hit, you die. Same as all Kazuya. Byleth Sheik is not fun. Because Sheik keeps you in combo for literally years. No. Meta Knight is... Meta Knight's probably a slight loss too. Mewtwo's winning. Ridley is slight winning. already have Samus up there. I just put Dark instead of Samus. Shulk is a loss. Shulk might be even. Shulk might be... I'm gonna put Shulk in slight loss. Toon Link. I don't like this matchup. I hate Bomb. I hate Tink's Bomb so much. Wario is even, I think. Villager is a slight loss. I don't know why I have Villy and Isabelle so far apart, actually. I'll just take Isabelle out because I'm taking the Echoes out. Zelda's a win. We fit. Ludo hasn't fucked Leo in a long time. They always go like game 5. Do you not watch? I think the last time they played Byleth Wario was Pound. Yeah, slight win is +1, win is +2 is how I'm doing this. Yeah, the last time Gluto fought Leo Byleth was Pound, and they went like game 9 grand finals. I wouldn't call that Gluto fucking Leo. Yeah, SmashCon was Aegis. I'm talking about the last time they Byleth Wario, not Aegis Wario. And also it was Summit after SmashCon. We fits in this same category. This is just like zoners. I actually think Byleth does pretty good against Terry. Pretty good against Sephiroth. And these are all Echoes. Alright. So, don't play Byleth into any of these 3. Do not play against Sonic, Pikachu, or Min Min. Do not. These are all like, I hate these matchups and I want to die when I'm playing them. Olimar might not actually be that bad, but this matchup doesn't feel great. These matchups are all just like, yeah, this is tough, but I wouldn't switch characters or I wouldn't counterpick or anything for this. Yoshi placement is base. Dude, I hate Byleth Yoshi. I hate that matchup. Half of Byleth's game plan on the ground revolves around shield poking you with Nair, and you can't shield poke Yoshi. Like, what do you do? These are all just like, yeah, these are hard matchups. As a Banjo main, you can say with utmost confidence that your character sucks versus the whole cast. See, Raven King, here's what I do if I have to fight a Yoshi at a local. I go Joker. I go Joker for Yoshi. I think that's like the only matchup that I actually go Joker for. Other characters, I go like Roy or whatever. These are all even. Anybody got any other objections? Joker Yoshi isn't even that good. No, that's correct, but I just really hate Byleth Yoshi. And none of the other characters that I play also do that great against Yoshi. I wouldn't pick Roy Yoshi instead. You don't feel comfortable fighting Byleth as Youngling? I think this one actually could be even. I'm okay moving this one to even. Why am I using Daisy instead of Peach? Because we're watching a Japanese tournament. So it's in honor of Umeki. Ryu is a slight loss because he's a zoner. I think like it's even versus Ken, and then Ryu has like the stuff that Ken does in the matchup, but with the addition of better zoning, and Byleth does not like zoning. Oh yeah, I think that's the extent of it. I'll leave this up. I don't know if I want to tweet this. Is recovery the reason why Roy and Chrom are so far apart? Yes. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Chrom's recovery gets F-smashed, gets down B'd, gets down smashed, whatever the fuck you want to do to it. If you get Chrom off stage once as Byleth, he should die. Like, it's not even hard. It's not even hard to set up. You just have to stand at the correct spacing and then charge F-smash, and Chrom dies at 30. Like, that matchup feels so shit for a little bit, and then you get a back throw and you win. Like, that matchup is just... Crom recovery hurts him so bad in that matchup, I think more than most others. What would MK Leo's thoughts on this list be? I don't know. I'll ask him later. Oh, you know what? Before I post this, I'll send this to him and ask him what his thoughts on it are. How do I export? Oh, save or download. There it is. Yeah, you win neutral for like forever. Crom does fine on stage. He does great. And then you get back thrown at 30% and die. So, like, nothing you did matters. That's why I think the matchup's not great. I'm going to send this to Leo and see what he thinks. He's going to tell me it's dumb and bad. I can feel it. Alright, but now it's tournament time. Actually, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab snacks and water and run ads so that I can get pre-rolls off. It doesn't matter. I could be MK Leo and I could post my thoughts on matchups. And Twitter would be like, no, actually, I go 2-2, alright, I beat my local 2-2 Byleth main with King K rules, so I actually think it's +1. Yeah, enjoy the ads, and for those of you who are subbed, enjoy Pac-Man versus Cloud. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab water. Alright, I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed the ads. Twitter arguers are the worst.